So the problem I had with this lock was you'd put the code in and then you'd go to turn to open the lock and it's not engaging. So I took this apart already a little bit, but I'm going to explain to you what the issue was, and it's a very easy solution to fix this thing. So first off, if you don't have the right Torx screws, Allen keys work fine in Torx. Dumbest screw in the world, if you ask me. But anyway, you take this plate off, right? And this is after you disassemble the lock from the housing. And if you see how this works, there's detents in there. And what happens, I just pulled it out, but there's an actuator that goes to this, your key code. It pulls this up. It engages this pin, right? And that's what locks into the detent to open the door. And then the code releases and it comes out. So I did two things. What I think is happening is if that's not flush, this isn't coming up enough to really engage the lock, and that this was probably a little dry. So I lubed this up with some grease. And what you do, or what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna take this out. I'm trying to do this one-handed here. Take that out. If that falls out, it's okay. I'm gonna put that there, and then we're gonna move this off the spring. You see how this works? Look at, see, it's just a little plastic. That's all that's doing the work, and this whole thing is that little plastic nurple coming out of there, and it rests in that spring. So you see where I'm going with this. All we're gonna do is take this spring. You're gonna pull this down, and you're gonna realign this in it so it's a little tighter. And usually I could do this one-handed. There we go. So see, now we got a little pressure here. And instead of this sitting down all the way, I'm cheating this. It's going up a little bit. So now let's see if I did it enough. I did it already. I took it all apart to show you guys, but it's really not enough. See, I want that pin. This pin should be flush with the hole coming out. We want it looking, focus, come on. We want it looking like that. See how it comes through? You want it like flush. And once you get that adjusted the right way in relation to this spring, it'll work just fine. So please don't throw the lock out and say, oh, it doesn't work, it's no good, and give it a 5-star, 1-star rating on Amazon. It's really going to be okay. Just take the lock apart and just give it some love, put it back together, and you'll be fine. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset this spring and adjust it so that pin is sitting flush in there and the whole thing works just fine. All right, guys, don't panic.